Good evening and welcome to somebody really echoing there.
So it might be, I don't know, so I put my headphones on. Yeah, see if that works.
We had no echo 2 seconds ago. We've gone live and we've now got echo. Tom, just mute yourself and let me check. Sorry, guys. Anyway, welcome to Man City Fan TV. Man City versus Liverpool preview. And we've got some very, very special guests on tonight. Couple who are returning after not being on a while, and someone who we just can't get rid of because he's very bored over in Australia and won't leave us alone. And he just keeps coming back. Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I've been abused by the panel today about my very nice paisley blue shirt, but never mind.
I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nod to the third kit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it. Rocking it.
Anyway, Emily, how are you?
Oh, Martin, I've missed you. I've not done it for ages, have I? It's been so long, and I'm like, I had to do it. I've missed you. Thank you for having me back.
Good. And Jonas, what have you been up to the last few weeks? You've been very, very busy, haven't you?
God, yeah. It's been pretty crazy, yeah. Non-stop. And madness, really, yeah. I can't believe the stuff. I can't believe that people actually listen to me, to be honest with you. It just doesn't make sense to me. Honestly, I think I spout a load of garbage, and I'm sure there'll be loads of people out there who agree as well. But yeah, I'm just kind of going with it. My phone just doesn't stop ringing, really, which is just a bit of a mad one.
Yeah, host of, BBC Radio, Manchester now, Talking Balls. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I do Talking Balls about 3 times a week. Normally, it's just like on the phone, and then because I've been doing it for so long, and I know the guys there. I used to work there on Blue Tuesday back in the day, like 10 years ago or so, and yeah, it just came from nowhere, really. Do you want to host it? And I was like, what? I was looking around like, have you got the wrong person? Are you sure? Yeah, so who knows what might happen, but I'm glad to be back with you guys because I've not seen you in so long, and I'm just grateful that you'll have me on.
Well, we're glad to have you back, and
thank you, Martin.
Great to have you back on. And we've also got Alan's son, Tom, who's back.
Good day, mate.
We've got Alan Senior.
Yeah. It's good to be back. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, it's good to be back on. I've missed you all. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The question is, can you grow, Alan? That's the big question.
I don't know.
No. Refer to him as Dad. Get his title right. Come on.
Oh yeah. It's good to be back on with you guys. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and tonight we are going to talk all about a small game that is going to happen tomorrow afternoon. Manchester City against some little small club down the M62. You might have heard of them. You don't normally shut up, and you always, But yeah, we're going to talk about them. But let's get into some of your hellos this Saturday evening. Hello, Doopy. How are you? Hope you're good. Adam Quinn, hello. There's loads of you on, so I'm not going to be able to say hello to everybody. Peter Curry, hello. How are you? Come on, City indeed. Pardo Oaks, hi everyone. Excited about tomorrow's game.
Yes.
I'm going as well. That's going to be my question to these guys in a minute. Nervous or excited? Noah Pearson, how are you? Levi, hello. Get that brew on, Martin. Guys, come on. I've got the lucky glass ready for tomorrow. Won't we? Maybe not. I'm confident. I hope we have a pacey front three. We'll go through that, Tom, and we'll see what's exactly going to happen. Carl Blundelli's on. You've let me down today. Getting absolutely stunk by that lot. Carlo Ancelotti, you said, was better than Pep. Yeah. I don't know what game you're watching anymore, mate. Nervous and confident, 3-1 Blues. And Sam Elliott, hello. How are you? Hope you are good as well. So, tomorrow afternoon, 4:30, the big one, City versus Liverpool. Our first real proper test of the season. Tom, before we go into this, schematics of it and all the analytics and everything else, are you nervous? Are you actually excited for tomorrow?
Well, there's different ways you can look at it. In there, you can be nervous and you can be excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens at 4:30. To be honest with you, two of the best teams in the Premier League. There's no doubt about that. They're missing some big players. We're missing some big players in different positions. That's definitely for sure. But yeah, I think it'll turn out to be a really good game. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Good. Emily, how do you feel about tomorrow? What's your initial thoughts on it all?
I'm about as excited as I can be in a pandemic with no fans being allowed into one of the best games of the season. So I am excited, but I'm just these are the games where you want to be there, aren't they? And I remember at the Etihad, it was just an absolutely belting atmosphere. The one where we picked them to the league that night, it was just a phenomenal atmosphere. So obviously, yeah, super duper gutted that we all can't be there cheering them on. But I am excited and I am pretty confident just based on current form, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, well, a lot of people know my score prediction for tomorrow. And a lot of people think I'm mad, but I'll go into that a little bit later. Alan, nervous, excited, how do you feel?
I'm quite calm, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's Sunday morning. The game's not until Monday morning, 3:30 a.m. here. 2:30 a.m. So, yeah, 3:30 a.m.
Ouch.
It's 4:30 kickoff. So, I'm quite calm, to be honest with you. The last few weeks, we've been playing somewhat what we're capable of playing. And we're starting to get the players back that we need, especially in defence. And now we've got Jesus back, which I think will make a huge difference, to be honest with you. We saw what happened when he came on sub midweek. He looked lively, he looked sharp, it looked like we've got some presence up front for once. So I'm quite optimistic, to be honest with you. As long as we perform, I think we'll beat them. But we've got to perform for 90 minutes, not 60 minutes or 45 minutes, and that is my only concern, is that we haven't really played for 90 minutes the whole way through a game at the moment, and we can't afford to take the foot off the pedal against any time against this lot.
Yeah, I mean, I said it last night on the stream. I said at the moment we're sort of having one brilliant half, and then we're sort of dragging through the other half at the moment. We're not really putting two full halves together. Sort of, going for it. But, I mean, looking at the last three games, 3 clean sheets, we're on the up and up. We don't seem to be conceding silly chances. We seem a bit more confident at the back, and they've got injuries. So I'm going to be honest. I'm with Emily. I'm really confident for tomorrow. And I think with it being no crowds and everything else, I wish it was at Anfield, because I think that's going to be the biggest level of going. But at home tomorrow, that's why I said, for Emily and Tom, I don't know, I said 5-0 tomorrow. I said we're absolutely back to these tomorrow, because I feel that confident about it.
I hope you're right.
By the end of it, but hey, listen, Tom, the form so far, like Emily said, we're on the up and up at the moment. We're improving. So City should be confident tomorrow, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should be confident. There's no doubt about that. We're starting to things are coming together now. The defense is looking better than ever. With those four, especially Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, and Walker. I think they're all playing really well. Every single player in the squad against Olympiacos played really well the other night, I thought. And obviously the clean sheets is a big factor to tomorrow. Obviously they like counter attack, and that'll be a big test tomorrow. That defense has come up against that defence has come up last against Sheffield United and Porto and stuff. I'm not saying they're not good teams, but Liverpool's the next level up. So I'd like to see how they cope with that tomorrow. But yeah, the form that we're in at the moment, the 5-0 that you've just said, Martin, I could see that happening. To be fair, I really could.
I don't know why I don't see this being a very close game at all.
No,
I honestly think.
Well, look at what happened last time. It was 4-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we should have done better at Anfield as well. There was a couple of really contentious decisions. So there's no reason why we can't go out there tomorrow. And with the clean sheets at the moment, 3 clean sheets. Oh, you've cut off.
Oh, are you here? Are you there?
Hello?
She's gone.
Emily was having some minor technical difficulties at the beginning.
I just
we'll try and get her back.
Yeah, if ever a chance we got a chance of really dominating Liverpool, it's tomorrow with their injury list. So we'll just have to wait and see. But City, I just want them to perform well. I'm more interested on City's performance tomorrow to see where we are. Playing Liverpool, if the performance, it's like Martin, if they start off quick and fast, we know they're up for it. And if City do that against tomorrow and the performance is good, I'll be happy whatever the result is, as long as the performance is good. When we play this slow-paced football, we can really, really struggle. And we can't struggle against these tomorrow. We have to win tomorrow to claw back some points, to be honest with you. I think we've got to win. Set a marker. We've got to set a marker against them. And because we're mid-table at the moment, 2 games in hand. We win tomorrow, and we're right up there again. And we've got a game in hand. We could then go top. So we have to set a marker. To me, it's all about our performance tomorrow and not anything else. If we perform well, we'll get a result tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, tomorrow's game, will the title come from one of these two, or is it, as Pep said in his press conference, there's up to 7 teams? Because let's be honest, we've said this for the last few weeks. This is still a season at the moment. Yeah. I mean, I'm not meaning any disrespect, but we've had Villa, Everton, Southampton all top of the league and flying due to outside things that are going on, shall we say. So is this a title sort of clash tomorrow, or is this just, like Pep said, and we know one of many?
I wouldn't say it's a title this early. No way is it a title game. I think it's 2 of the favourites for the title coming up against each other in a big game of the season. That is definitely for sure. It's 2 of the teams that are going to be up there fighting for the title, but it's not the 2 teams who are going for the title and nobody else is. Because like you've just said, there's so many different teams who are in form. Southampton, the first time in 32 years they're at the top of the league. They've got a better points per game ratio than Leicester did in 2016. Anything's possible, And you've got Villa who are playing well. Everton, even though they're having a mare in the past 3 games, they've been playing well recent to that point. So there's more than one team. But on paper, the 2 best teams in the league are coming up against each other tomorrow, and it will come up, and it'll be a cracking fixture.
Very well. Alan, how do you feel about it on paper?
On paper, we've got a better squad than Liverpool.
Sorry.
But that's not going to make any difference tomorrow. It's about 11 against 11. We just got to perform. And that's that. I'm calm about it for the first time. Usually I'm really nervous when we play Liverpool because you don't know what to expect. I'm quite calm because I feel that Pep's sort of getting the team that he wants now. And for the first time, we've actually sorted our defence out in 2 seasons. So I'm quite happy with Diaz. Diaz seems to put some calmness into our back 4 and our back 5, whatever you want to call it. He puts, and that's the first time since Vinny's been there, once he left. So I'm happy as long as we've got a decent defence. I think we've got a very good chance against them because you can't have a weak defence against Liverpool, not with our forward line. She's there again. Oh, hello.
I am having a nightmare with my Wi-Fi. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
If my boyfriend is downstairs watching this, please can you bring your phone up so I can use your Wi-Fi to be more stable? Because I don't know what's happening with home Wi-Fi. It's on a mad one. I'm really sorry. It's never like this.
There. I think it's just all at the moment. So I do apologise.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Right. I think that's sorted it anyway. Emily, tomorrow, is it too early to say this is title sort of game tomorrow, or is this, like Pep said, one of many?
I think it's all a madness this season, isn't it? Because I kind of feel like all bets are off, but I do think eventually things may settle down and we may find a bit more order being restored. We've already seen Everton dropping off a little bit, although I have to say that it was quite refreshing to see, like Everton and Villa and even Southampton. Yeah. It's quite refreshing to have a bit of a mix-up because for me, clubs like Everton and Newcastle, I've got nothing against them whatsoever, and I would welcome a takeover with open arms for them and for them their fans to go through what the ride that we've been enjoying, because they deserve it, don't they? So I absolutely nothing against them, but I think ultimately the cream will always rise to the top, and it will be about who's got the strongest squad because there's so many games, they're coming thick and fast, and trying to maintain some consistency throughout all the chaos, because I feel like at the moment we're just trying to get through the games. It's not necessarily about the performance, it's about the result. But I'm with Alan, I want to see the performance as well. I think that we're getting to about, 60 minutes, completely easing off, lacking that killer instinct to actually kill the game off Olympiacos aside, when really I do want to see it. But I kind of get it because he is, he's doing game management, so he's limiting the intensity. If we need that intensity, go for it. But if we can kind of get through, but it is a little bit riding sailing really close to the wind with it. I would like to see a performance tomorrow, and I do think it'll be the strongest test that we've had so far, obviously.
Yeah, it is our biggest test. And speaking of biggest test, Laporte and Diaz, I think they've had some rave reviews. I
love them.
I love Diaz. Always have done. You know me and Diaz. This is gonna be their big.
I thought it was KK you wanted. Was it KK he was going on and on and on? I was getting calls in the middle of the night. I want KK, forget anybody else. And all of a sudden it's Diaz now, isn't it?
Excuse me. I have evidence of mine. Go back on the channel 9 months ago, and Tommy's went to this. Yeah. When I was mentioning Ruben Diaz and Swiffer, before Koulibaly ever even came mentioning.
That's true. Yep. That is true. That is true.
So you get back in your box, Skippy, down there. And Tom, Laporte and Diaz, this is going to be their biggest test, isn't it? Salah and Mane.
Oh, definitely, 100%. The team that we're going to come up against, Jota's playing, he's in cracking form. That'll be another big test. He's a very good player. Shining in that Liverpool side at the moment, just can't stop scoring. So obviously that's another good test for the defence in general. But Laporte and Diaz are so strong. It's Laporte's needed that extra, that man that understands the football next to him, because Laporte's been struggling as well, and then he's been brought down and stuff just because he's not been next to somebody who's strong enough like Vinny was. So with Diaz coming in now, that's taking it to that next step, and we've got two world-class centre-backs now, and I'm excited to see what happens with them tomorrow. I think they can, have a good performance and hopefully keep them quiet. And if we can get a clean sheet and keep this decent run of clean sheets going, then it'll be another successful game for them guys.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say this about Laporte at the I think it was about 3 months ago I said this about Laporte. He looked like he was sort of doing two jobs. He was wondering about the guy next to him because he wasn't up at his level. And I think when you sat there going, well, I don't know what he's going to do, and he's going to make a cock up at any point. So I've not only got to think about my side, I've got to think about his. And I'm going to have to worry about that with Diaz. Yeah. Someone there who's going to go, I'm going to do my job. Don't worry. Yeah. You worry about your own job now.
And where have we seen that before as well? Vincent Kompany with Mangala. Why do you think Kumps was always getting injured? Because he's being pulled from pillar to post covering other players. That's why he was always getting these muscle injuries and always out, because he had somebody who was completely incompetent at the side of him. So hopefully now that we've got the dream team at the back, but it will be, the big test for him. I mean, Jota is on fire at the moment, isn't he? It's whether Klopp decides to start him or not, because he's been coming off the bench. So, I mean, I'd expect him to start, but you just never know, do you?
No. Well, we're just going to jump into a few comments because there's nearly 80 on, and I don't want to ignore them. Sean Fogg says, more nervous than excited. Kamal Dwyer says, I think we're going to tear them apart. And Dan Wayne, we got chances because they haven't got Van Dijk. I'm not with that, because I'm confident whether Van Dijk had been there. Would it have been harder with Van Dijk? Of course it would have. But I think that's putting us down and them up, that Van Dijk's out. So, yeah, we've got a chance. We had a chance anyway, because I do think we're that good. But I want to go on to, excuse me, because someone did mention it, this double pivot that's suddenly become now the in word of this Gundogan, whether it's Gundogan and Rodri or Ferdinand, whoever he could have there. With it being a big game and more of a not lose game, Tom, do you think you could go back to this double pivot? I hate saying that. We'll say 2 CDMs. I'm not going to keep saying double pivot. Like Andy said, it's not basketball. No. So why are we using it? I don't know. But where's this come from this season, this two double, 2 CDMs? I nearly said it then.
The thing is, if he does that tomorrow, that's just exactly what he's messing around with it again. If he does that tomorrow, he's messing around with it again. He did it against Lyon. It didn't work. I can name you about probably 20 games since he's been here that he changed with it too much and it's failed for him. If he changes anything tomorrow, it'll mess it up. Gundogan and Rodri are good players, but I've said ever since Rodri's come, Gundogan and Rodri can't play together if they're playing as 2 CDMs, because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So you can try it against a team that isn't as, hands-on attacking. That's absolutely fine. But against Liverpool tomorrow, you just need to set up how we've been setting up over the past few weeks, how we know it works. Because if you mess around with it too much, then that's when problems start occurring.
Emily, where are you at with this?
I think we might see it, I do. I think we might see it with De Bruyne and then a front three of like Sterling, Jesus and Torres. We might see the double pivot tomorrow.
No problem.
Just because he might be, like being a little bit more cautious in the middle than throwing caution to the wind up top, knowing that that front line will be full of pace, full of energy, full of invention and creativity. I'm not overly offended by it. It's just like the lack of pace that it gives us in the middle and the lack of invention there. But who knows? I've been looking at who's going to play at left back, whether he'll go with Cancelo, who is absolutely wonderful going forward, but no evidence that he can defend yet, or Aki, who can defend, but not as good going forward. So that would be my headache, the left back.
Yeah, well, soon we are going to go through our predicted lineups, and we'll go through it position by position. Alan, this double pivot, where are you at with it? Do we need to play it? Are we showing Liverpool too much respect doing that, or do we need to, like Tom said, just play our own game? We're at home. We need to push on them.
I think we need to win tomorrow. So there's 2 CDMs. Is a no for me. I personally think you should start with Rodri. You can have Gundogan on the bench. Okay, if it gets tight, we can bring him on to make sure we don't concede a goal. But I personally think we need to play Rodri, KDB, and Bernardo in the middle tomorrow for invention. We are behind Liverpool on points. We need to make sure we win this game at home. Our record at Anfield is not good, so we need to make sure we win. We need to set a standard here and say, look, we're back. And and people will start taking notice of City if we beat them tomorrow, big time. I just think we need to play to our strengths, not play defensive. I understand what Pep might, if he does do it, I understand, because they are brilliant going forward. But I agree with Emily. The question mark is, which left fullback do we play? But first of all, we have to be able to deal with Salah. We have to deal with their fullbacks as well. And who's best to stop the fullbacks coming forward? Because if they come forward, we're in trouble. What are you laughing at? There's something going on here.
It's when you mentioned left back, Tom just started grinning.
Oh wait, Tom loves Cancelo, don't you? Is it?
It's a no-brainer. Why anybody else other than Joao at left back tomorrow?
I'm
going to save it for the team lineup. Don't worry, I'll save it for the team lineup. Don't you worry.
He was like the silent assassin. Then he was like, I'm just like, you could see the steam coming out of his ears. He was like, I don't want to go down. I'm not doing it.
I've not seen him defend yet, though. That is a legitimate comment. He's been absolutely brilliant going forward.
Go on, Tom. I'll let you answer that. That was to you, I think.
Right then. So
here we go.
I'm not.
Right. At least it's not Otamendi at the back. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's fine. Yeah, no, but I've been so impressed with him recently with his movement, like I say, going forward, and some of his passing and his goal the other night. That came out of the blue. Brilliant. But you've got to be able to defend as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not coming down heavy on him. I'm not in any way, shape or form. I do think he's really coming into his own. But I just maybe it's good that I've not, seen him defend, but I'd just like to see a little bit more capability of being able to defend, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The games that he's played so far, he hasn't really needed to defend in any sort of way. So I can see where you're coming from in that. I'm hoping tomorrow night he can show that. The only problem I have is if we play Aki there, he's only played left back 25 minutes against Leeds. That's the only problem with that. Yeah, but that's Holland. It's a different team. It's a different team, Alan. Like I said, you change it too much, then that's where problems occur.
He's always going to change it. Yeah. This is Pep.
Yeah, I know.
King of rotation and surprises.
He shouldn't do. But yeah, I'm really impressed with Joao at the moment, and Martin can back me up on this. I've always, ever since he's come in, told you it is coming. And this season, he's not looked out of place there. He's gone forward. He created so many chances down that side. And for a guy who's a right back, who's playing left back, he looks better than most of the left backs that we've had in there over the past years. That's for sure.
Well, that's not hard, is it? Really?
That's not hard, is it?
Just considering we've not bought one.
No, Kolarov. I wish we had Kolarov there, to be honest. If we start, he was.
Oh, don't even open that can of worms, mate, because I will just slap you back down if you're going to start mentioning.
Kolarov wasn't that good. It was good grade 4, but couldn't.
Kolarov
were class. Kolarov was class.
Oh God! We're going on about Otamendi in a minute. I see he got sent off midweek. Did you see that?
I was expecting a message off you about that.
I saw he got sent off. I was killing myself laughing. I thought, thank God we've got rid of him. They love him over there. Not.
Right. Anyway. Obviously, Liverpool.
I don't mind. I'm not offended by Otamendi because I thought he was pretty decent for us. But I know that he had a mistake in him. But you can hang your head. But at least he cared.
Exactly.
At least he had passion.
I have passion on the pitch, but it doesn't mean I can do the job.
Yeah, but I want to say I didn't think he was as bad as you make it out. Put it that way. I don't see the drama.
Thank you.
I love me and Martin have been trying to fight Otamendi's corner, haven't we, for weeks and months? And Alan's always denied it, but Otamendi was a legend.
For no reason.
I mean, do you know what I mean? He's never going to be the greatest defender in the world, but he's not as bad as fans make him out to be. No way.
No.
He always had a mistake in him, but
who doesn't?
Exactly.
Vinny had a mistake in him.
Exactly.
I'm not going
right,
there. I'm not going there.
Oh, you can go there. Go for it. Let's see.
I'll start ranting.
Let's save that till the Friday night social next week.
Who's Lucy Red? Tom? Is that a girlfriend?
No, it's the what? Ask Andy. It's just last that that I know. She always comes on. I don't know why.
Because Lucy Red goes, "Hey Tom."
Yeah. Ask Andy.
Oh.
Ask Andy. We've already had this discussion about 4 weeks back when I was last on.
We've got to bring you back and embarrass you. Don't worry, mate.
Oh yeah, yes, it's nice.
Anyway, let's get back to the reason why we're here, Liverpool away, not Tom's love life. But
Liverpool at home.
Yeah, Liverpool at home. So I just sort of Liverpool away. Oh,
yeah.
Right, Liverpool at home. Thiago's out. Van Dijk's out. I think it's Fabinho still out. So what I remember. This is our best chance to beat the minute and stick a marker down and go at these. It's got to be on it.
Yeah, definitely. It's like Alan said before. We win this, we beat them. We go, 2 points behind them with a game in hand. We win the game in hand, we're top of the league.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And suddenly all that early panic early in the season just disappears in a puff of smoke, because that's what happens with football fans.
Emily, I've got you on, and Tom, I want to ask you this, because Alan knows we spoke about this last night and a couple of nights. I'm seeing a change in the way some fans are being, including our own. We've bitch, moaned and complained about clean sheets for 2 years and defending well. But we sort of were all right because we were putting 4 and 5 goals away. Now we're not putting the goals away and we're winning 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Yeah, we're having a great time defensively, but people are now moaning because we're not 5-0 up. So I'm like, damned if we damned if we are, damned if we don't. We don't know which way to go there. And I'm seeing a change in some of the fans to where it's like, I mean, I called it elitist. And so, you're not 5-0 up, so we're crap. Give up and go home. And is it not just me, or is anybody else seeing that and wondering what is going on now?
I think at the moment it is just about the bigger picture, and with so many games and the lack of pre-season, the circumstances at the moment with everything going on in the world and the craziness. Sometimes, like I say, it is all about just getting through the game, but we've not seen that performance yet, have we? We haven't seen that like proper blow teams away like we used to. We were spoiled rotten, weren't we? Fantasy football week in, week out, scoring for fun. But it is a very different circumstance right now. And I do think a lot of it is to do with game management, but I'm kind of thinking that tomorrow might be the day. I don't want to get too excited and ahead of myself, but I'm kind of thinking tomorrow might be the day where we do see more intensity, stepping up through the gears a little bit more, because we have been going through games in like first, second gear. But I think because we've been able to, because we really haven't been pushed, the Leicester game aside, we haven't really been pushed too hard. So tomorrow will be the litmus test for me, just to see. But I want to see, I'm with Alan again, like before he said, I want to see the performance. I do, just because I've not really seen it for so long, and it'd be nice. But I'm not offended by getting over the line and getting the 3 points. As long as we're getting the 3 points and the clean sheets, happy days. The clean sheets have been a brilliant bonus for me, because I'm reassured when I see the team sheet straight away. I'm looking at the team sheet and I'm like, right, I feel a little bit better if I see, Diaz and Laporte at the back. Brilliant. So that's a big plus for me. But yeah, it's just the ability to kill the game off that we've been missing.
We're going to move on to team sheet next, but I've got to ask this because it's such the thing at the minute. He really has split fans. Mahrez, do you want him on that team sheet or not? Tom, start with you. Mahrez, in or out right now?
At the moment, out. There's better players out there at the moment, unfortunately. I've always been a fan of Riyad. I think he's a good player. But at the moment, he's not the best player to play in that right wing position. You've got Ferran Torres, who every time he's played so far has scored. well, every time he's started or come up, he's been in a game, he's near enough either created a chance or scored. So I think he is the man to play in his position tomorrow. And it's not because Mahrez is doing anything wrong. He's just out of form. I'm keeping it consistent. I said this last season when Sterling was out of form, he should be the one that should have been dropped. So it's the same for every single player. If you're not having a good patch, you need to be dropped to realise that you're obviously not, doing a good job. I know the other night, obviously, some things were said, obviously to him before the game, obviously passed the ball and stuff. So he was passing the ball a little bit too much the other night, I think. So it was like he couldn't. It was like a hot potato for him the other night, I think, wasn't it? Every time he got the ball, he just passed it. So I think he just needs to grasp the fact that some people obviously didn't think he.
It was like he went from. He was always going to shoot, come inside and shoot with his left foot. And then it was like, you're always going to pass now. And it's like, oh, God, you just overkilled everything that's been said. What are you doing?
Exactly. But the thing is,
go on, Tom. Finish off.
Yeah, I was just saying, but the thing is, he's going to find his form again. He's a good player. There's no doubt about that. So I'm hoping to see another Riyadh special, cutting in and smashing it in a decisive moment again soon. But at the moment and tomorrow, he's not the man to be playing.
Okay. MLM, where are you at with Mahrez?
I'm with Tom. Yeah, I just think that, I am a bit obsessed, admittedly, with Ferran Torres. And I just think at the moment
no idea looking at your Twitter account.
He's got to play, hasn't he? He's got to play. He has to play. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I'm happy that Mahrez has started to pass more. Maybe, well, we've only seen it in one game, but he is so frustrating for that when you're watching him. You want him to just look up, have a look around and think, pick a pass, go on. And there's been so many times where he's going through in the final into the area and he shoots without even looking round. And there's players in better positions in the box. There's been like tap-ins for him. I agree that he is technically brilliant and his first touch is remarkable. His first touch is one of the best first touches out there, without a doubt. He scores some brilliant goals, but it is just a little bit frustrating when he doesn't pick a pass. I would have Torres all day long. And I think another one that's always interesting for me against Liverpool is Sterling. Because last time we saw him in the 4-0 thrive. He scored, absolutely bossed it. And I think that for him as well, it was the fact that there wasn't the weight of the crowd and that he could just play football, because particularly at Anfield, he goes missing against Liverpool. But it is a really interesting one with Sterling against Liverpool. And it was brilliant to see him have a stormer of a game last season. So I'm really hoping that he gets the chance to do that again tomorrow.
I'm going to be honest with Sterling. I always said not to play him at Anfield because you know what you're going to get from him. The crowd are just going to get in his head. It's like it became a psychological battle every time we went to Anfield with Sterling. He just did not know what to do, and you knew he was defeated straight away. Excuse me. And I just hope with no fans, like you said, it's going to help him. It's going to bring him on. And I just hope he plays on the right wing and not left wing, because I'm done with this inverted wingers bit. That just does my head in now. I am, because it's too predictable.
Yeah.
Every defender knows what we're going to do. They're always going to cut in on the right foot because they haven't got a left foot. João Cancelo. But anyway, he's smiling. He's ready. Nearly. Right, let's go on to team sheet then. I'm going to go around each person and we'll name our player in a position. I'm presuming everyone's putting Ederson in goal. No one's going to throw Summit in and put James Trafford in, are they, tomorrow afternoon? You're not putting Trafford in, are you?
Me?
I've gone Ederson. Left back. Start with you, Tom.
João. End up. João. We can carry on. Nice and simple. There's not even a thinking about it. It is the man that needs to play.
Why is he not thinking about it?
Because like I said, You've got a back four that there's only conceded 3 goals in 7 games when they've played with each other.
So you wouldn't have Ake there?
Nope. I wouldn't have Ake there on 2 things. He doesn't have enough speed to cope with Salah. I understand the defensive point of view. I understand the defensive point of view. I completely understand that. But
what are you talking about? It's too slow.
But he's not. Cancelo's faster than him. Anybody that I understand why people are going Ake. Don't get me wrong, but at the moment, he's in form. Joao. He's always up there in the player ratings on Manchester United News after the game and on Sky Sports. Anywhere you look, he's always there in the top. He came on the other night and made a big impact and scored. Yeah. I understand that people are going to go for Ake.
Oh, this is
fine.
interesting.
It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine because the thing is, it's fine. No worries. Because we'll see tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody, we can write down everybody that said Ake, and we can watch Wow's performance tomorrow, and then we on the post match we can discuss how good he played. That's all. I'm going to end it there.
Oh, Charlie, that was the wrong one. They were going quick here. Charlie Everett definitely has to be Cancelo.
Cheers, Charlie.
Yeah. Carl Blundell says collar off, but you're in a so you can just get lost. Emily, left back, where you at?
I'm going to contradict myself, and I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Cancelo because of his pace and going forward. But let's just hope he doesn't get his pants pulled down by Salah. Let's just see how he gets on. Go on. I'll put him in.
Nobody's saying Bendy Mendy.
What?
All right, thanks.
I call Mendy Bendy Mendy.
He's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
what's Alan saying? Alan's got the. Have you got the casting vote? No, we don't know who Martin said.
Go on, Alan.
Martin will never commit. He'll never ever commit. He sits on the edge.
That's true. That's so true.
He does. He lets everyone else commit and make idiots of themselves. He just sits there and smiles.
And then if Alan says Ake, he's just going to say Ake to wind me up. We know how it's going to roll.
All right, I'll go. I've said Ake.
There you go.
I'm going Ake as well.
Nah.
And anyone say that Ake's not got any pace, he's blind. He's quick and he's strong. Ake.
Well, seeing as I'm the host, Ake wins it. Sorry. Right, anyway.
I don't mind that.
No, listen, I'd be happy with either of them. I would.
Yeah.
Cancelo, he has. I mean, I did not like Cancelo last season at all. Tom will tell you straight off, I did not like him. I thought it was a waste of money. But everything that Gary Neville said, I thought was true. I was like, this guy cannot do a lot. But then I tell you what, last year, when he went to left back, I was like, you know what, he's proved me wrong. He's come back from the lockdown with a different attitude. He's trained hard. He got used to it. And maybe Cancelo just needed that settling in period. We say it about everyone. Not every player comes into the English Premier League and settles within the first 2 months. It can take 6, 7, 8 months to come in and get used to it. It just can. Look at Sterling his first season, and he was used to the Premier League, and he was crap the first season.
David Silva.
There was Bernardo. Loads of them. You could go through them all. He was awful the first season.
Sergio won't, don't worry. He's the only exception.
It's just about 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, 5, I think.
Fine, get in. There we go. Yeah.
Tommy, 2 centre-backs.
Imagine if I said Ake, and I'm joking. Laporte and Diaz.
Is anyone not having Laporte and Diaz?
Nope.
Alan?
Yes, Laporte.
You told me you wanted Otamendi and Stones.
I don't want Otamendi back. Bring him home. Yeah, right.
He's gonna when we get back in the stadium, he's gonna have a sign saying "Bring Otter home."
Mate, listen, I've never watched Otamendi so much in all my life for midweek on BN Sports over here. I'm watching Portuguese football and I'm watching him. I'm thinking, there's going to be a mistake any second. It's coming.
Alan sat there being a pretend Rangers fan. Yes, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Right back. Everyone Walker, I'm presuming. The back four.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
CDM. Here we go. I want to see if anyone's going to use a double pivot. Let's see. Tom, where are you at? CDM.
Rodri for me. I think he's a brilliant player, to be honest. I think he's come out this season and shown what he's about. You know, you have to look at him against Sheffield United. He won more headers than Laporte and Diaz combined, I think. He was keeping Ollie McBurney in his back pocket. And I think that's what you need. Somebody to just support them two. You know, big physical man. You know, with them two. Then when he comes back and helps them, it's hard to get past him. And he's another reason why we've only conceded 3 in the last 7, Rodri, because he's helped them two out and he's coming into his own now. And I'm glad to see it because there's always been that potential and there's always been that little... he didn't have the full season in this position last season. Obviously, he was playing a bit of centre-back, a bit of CDM, you know, so I'm happy with Rodri. So, yeah, Rodri at CDM for me. A lot of people are agreeing with me for once.
Kamal Dwyer's got double pivot of Rodri and Bernardo. Which is... Now, Bernardo has done that role. He has done it. I remember him doing it. I'm sure it was against Arsenal last year or the year before when he did it, and he was outstanding. So he can do it, but I don't want him there permanently. Emily, where are you at? Are you doing a double pivot or just
I'll go with the 3 in the middle. I'll go with Foden, Rodri, and De Bruyne.
Nice, like it.
Yeah, just because we're at home and defense is looking much better. I don't want to throw caution to the wind, but yeah, I want a bit of invention in the middle, and it just leaves us a little bit too static, in my opinion, when we play the double pivot. Like I said before, I'm not offended by it, but I just want to see a bit more going on.
What are your thoughts on Rodri while we're on and we're talking about him? Because he seems to be a bit of Marmite. Some people love him, some hate him.
I've been quite critical of him, to be honest with you, but in recent games, he's looked a bit better. And I don't know whether that's because the defence has improved in general, but he's just a bit slow for me. I mean, the problem that we've got is that nobody is Fernand. What is laughing at?
Alan. That's right.
The problem we've got is that nobody is Fernandinho apart from Fernandinho, you know, and Rodri can look a bit like a fridge sometimes.
Well, they're not the same player. Keep saying
no, and this is that's the problem because we've been so spoilt with Fernandinho. You're both laughing.
Finally, I've got someone that agrees with me about Rodri.
But they're not the same player, Alan. They don't.
And that's the but that's been the problem because we have been so spoilt by Fernandinho, and he has been so good for us that it's only natural that when you've had that, people are going to compare. But it's wrong because they're two completely different people. But he is painfully slow at times, and he doesn't tackle. But he is improving, in my opinion, anyway.
Do you think he reads danger well?
No, don't think he's quick enough in that regard.
I agree. That's my.
I don't think he's like. I don't think he's got the instinct like that. He's not like as sharp. He takes a few minutes from that. He's just laughing.
You're a character assassinate.
Fernandinho's rapid, isn't he? Fernandinho's rapid.
No, he reads the game, mate. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Huh? Rodri won us the game at Sheffield United. That's why Gary Neville gave it man at match.
He said he can read the game.
All right.
He reads the game better.
Fernandinho reads the game, mate.
That's what you get. That's what you get for a 34-year-old international captain, Brazilian international. You know, you're going to get that. Rodri's only 23. People forget that he's only 23. He's a young player.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're saying that he's improving. That's the thing. We're not like saying that he's the worst player in the entire world. We're saying that he's improving, but he lacks in certain areas. So, I mean, whether the tackles will come on, whether he'll suddenly develop some pace, and whether he'll develop the ability to read the game more is all to come, because he is only, 20, how old? 23? Sorry, it's late. So, and that'll come in time, hopefully. But it's just because we have been so spoilt by Fernandinho, and he's criminally underrated. Criminally underrated.
He's one of my legends.
Rodri dominated McBurney. That filled me with confidence.
Well, yeah, the past couple of games has come. Oh, God, no, but he has come on recently, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt, because I have been overcritical with him. But I need to see a bit. I don't know. I just need to see a bit more improvement.
I'll tell you what, he's not going to get any time against Liverpool. That's for certain.
No time to react.
He's got to think bloody quickly against them, because they're going to push on him.
Yeah. No, I'd be more worried if Thiago was playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If Thiago was playing, then that would worry me, because I think he would get the ball pushed past him far too much. Thiago's just quick and moving it quick all over the shop. So that's actually a plus, that Thiago's out of this game, big style. Because I honestly think he would have pulled Rodri apart tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where we need to get a bit quicker. People are talking about, Zakaria, whatever his name is. I don't know a lot about him. I've not seen him. I'm not going to start, chucking, the people out the bath, and that's the end of that before we've even got him going. He's been here a year and a bit, and some people have destroyed him. Yes, does he need to improve, Rodri? Yeah, of course he does. And I'm talking about people in the comments. Some people are saying he's crap, he's this, he's that, get him off, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine, your opinion. But, Fernandinho's 35 and Emily's spot on. And so we have been spoiled for so long with Fernandinho.
Yeah.
That we just have to. I said it yesterday. I did say yesterday. We as a fan base find it very hard to let go of some players. We're doing it with Sergio. I think as fans, we'd like Sergio to keep going till he's 40. He's not sure to sell bunny.
Well, we're going to have to learn, aren't we? Because at the moment it's Ferner's last season and Sergio's last season as it stands, and Pep's. So I'm going to have to start. But I get it, because I am so sentimental. I really am. But Fernandinho, for me, people have who've just been spoiled, and people have kind of almost take it for granted when we used to see his name in that position. And, you'd just be like looking at the other players who played around him and just thinking, oh, yeah, Ferner's there. Yeah, no problem. Just taking for granted the job that he's actually done, and, like the effort that he's put in. Because he's been absolutely crucial.
He's one of our City legends. There's no question about it. Without any shadow of a doubt, he's a brilliant player. No,
definitely. Tom, did you just say Rodri, or did you give all three of your midfielders?
No, I just said Rodri.
You want to give me the other two, buddy?
Yeah, Foden and Kevin for me tomorrow. I think Kevin's obviously going to start, because I think he'll be captain. And Foden should be with him. Last time he played against Liverpool, he had an absolute game and a half, even though he was playing on the wing. But I think being taken off the other day, I think that might have just made him sort of realise that he needs to sort of get into the games a little bit more, and his position is not fully guaranteed, even though David Silva's gone. So I think it will be Foden, Kevin, and Rodri tomorrow. I think that'll be a good little unit.
Andy Blue Moon wants to know, will Emily be making it? Other parents on Football Focus.
Oh,
I'm proud.
Oh, thank you, Andy. Who knows? I just get phone calls and then say yes or no. They asked me to be on Northwest tonight on Monday, but they said, can you film yourself watching the game? Because we want to see your reactions. And I thought, nobody wants to see that, trust me. Do you know, nobody wants to see me running around my front room. Nobody wants to see that, do they? Like me screaming at the telly all the time. That's not going to happen.
That's the only thing I know. It's like me when I do a watch along. Everyone thinks I'm dead passionate during these watch alongs. You know nothing.
No,
really like
we got a little bit of it, didn't we, against Madrid? A little bit, but not a lot.
Listen, the air would be very blue. And
that's the thing.
Yeah. And my lad goes, "We watch a game with my dad." I'm like, "Yeah, not really. We'll just wait." I make sure his mum's not in the room. Anyway, Alan, your midfield tomorrow.
I'm going to be different. I'm going to go Rodri, KDB, and Bernardo.
See, I've gone different to you as well.
I just think that Bernardo gives us a lot of industry in midfield and lots of flexibility. I really do. And at the moment, young Foden is not consistent. He has a good game, then disappears. Good game, disappears. And that's because of his age. His consistency is not quite there yet.
Wait, so he disappeared against Olympiacos. So was you a good game?
Yeah, I hope so. But I'd play him on the on one of the wings, or on wide, I should say, the inside left or inside right.
Well, I'm going Rodri, KDB, and I think he's going to go back to tried and trusted Pep's illegitimate son, Ilkay Gundogan.
He's going to go double pivot.
Oh,
when there is a big game,
Gundy plays. He does actually.
Ilkay. He brings him out on cue and on form every opportunity he can.
Yeah. It was between Foden and Gundogan for me, Martin. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
He's going to be a touch worried. I think he's going to be, and it's true, like Emily said, and you all said tonight, Tom. We're not imposing ourselves fully, and I think it's because at the moment he's worried about injuries. He's worried about so much going on. I think he's just going to think, I'm going to play a little bit defensively. And he's going to go with this double pivot that I don't like. But I think he'll do it. I think he's going to be homage, pay a little bit of respect to Liverpool, probably.
Yeah.
I don't want it. But unfortunately, I think that's what we'll get. But what do I know? Tom, front three.
So I think it'll be Sterling on the left, Gabby up front, and Ferran Torres on the right.
So Gabby's starting for you.
Yeah. You need an out-and-out striker. You know, you saw that impact that he brought when he came on the other day. You could see there was a little bit of anger in him, I think. The fact that he'd been out for so long, you know, you could see, and you could see the anger when he played against Wolves. You know, this was his opportunity. Sergio injured, you know, it was like, right, this is my time. And then he gets that injury that's kept him out for so long. I think it's a perfect game for him to fully come back. You know, he looked really hungry against Olympiacos, and he got, I think, was it 15, 20 minutes, I think he got. So I think it'll be Gabby up front. I think it's needed, you know, a little bit of physicality and somebody who knows how to take a shot and a finish, and who's born, well, not born, but, you know, ideally going to play up front. We don't really. Ferran played well up front, but he's a better winger. So I can see Gabby being up front, because that's what you need. You need somebody who's an out-and-out striker in these big games.
Sorry, you call him an out-and-out striker. You know my thoughts on that.
He's the only striker we've got at the moment, Martin.
Yeah.
We were naive in the summer. We should have gone for somebody else.
Naive when I said we needed a striker, but
I said that. I said to you, and everybody knows, after the Wolves game, I says, just watch what happens if Gabby gets injured. 2 hours later, he gets injured and he's out for however long. Still, and then we're caught in limbo. So I'm just hoping that he can, you know, pull out of the bag tomorrow. Just really do.
But I will say Torres has been phenomenal.
Oh, 100%.
Absolute beast. Emily, where are you at front three?
Yep, I am going with Sterling, Jesus, and Torres, of course. Yeah, without doubt. We've definitely 100% missed a striker. There have been games where you've been looking and you think, oh, if we've got a poacher in the box, then that's a goal. Yeah. And that's what we've missed. And I think Jesus just brings something so different. His work rate is something as well that we've missed in the final third. So for me, he has to start tomorrow. And I love Torres, obviously. And I'm always intrigued to see how Sterling plays against Liverpool. Hopefully, obviously, we all want to be there. But it's just weird that it worked so well last time without the fans and the pressure that the fans bring, that he kind of flourished. So I'm hoping that will happen again tomorrow for him because, there's always that little bit of added pressure for him against his old team. So, that front three
Have you got Sterling on
could
the
cause
right?
chaos.
Which side's Sterling on and which side's Torres on?
Had him.
Which side are you putting the wingers on?
It's a tense moment, this.
It was a big question.
It's like Trump and Biden.
What was it? I froze.
You froze. What's it? That was like Trump and Biden that going at it. It was like,
I'm sorry. So I need to sort my internet out.
Raz and Torres, what side are you putting them both on? Are you doing the inverted wingers tomorrow?
Oh, I want Sterling on the right.
Yeah.
I do. I want him on the right. I think he plays better.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Sir Alan, skipper, Bush Kangaroo.
I'm going to go Jesus up front. Sterling on the right-hand side, and it's a toss-up between Foden and Torres, who plays on that left-hand side. I'm not sure which one he's going to go for. I think he's going to end up going for Foden because he can slip back into midfield for an extra man if he needs to.
Yeah. Sean, thank you so much for that, buddy. Appreciate it. Absolute superstar. Thank you for that.
I just think that Foden can come back in midfield and when he needs to and move around more. Torres may be used as an impact player, which we both know he's sensational at doing that. So it's a toss-up between the pair of them. I honestly think we could go either way on that. But I'd see
Foden.
Hey?
Stuck with Foden tomorrow because I want him to play. I think he will, but I just think he's going to go with his Gundogan. And
I just think that whoever he plays in them wide positions has got to stop their fullbacks coming forward.
Yeah.
Because that Liverpool score a lot of goals due to their fullbacks bombing on. And you need to play two people that can make sure that doesn't happen.
Mm.
So that's why I'll probably go for Foden more than Torres. Because if Trent Alexander runs down the right-hand side and starts whipping in crosses, we're going to pay for it. I'll tell you that.
But wouldn't Trent not do that if he's got to worry about Torres running by him all the time? Maybe.
First 10 minutes will show what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
I just look.
Go on, Emily.
Sorry, just dead quick. I love seeing Torres and Foden together, though. I think they've got just as important a partnership as Diaz and Laporte at the back. Honestly, I love them together. They've been so exciting. Can't remember the game when they came on as subs together, and they absolutely tore it
as well on it.
Tore it up. They were absolutely brilliant.
That means Foden has to play in the middle of Bernardo then in my team.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
if that's the case, if that's the case, then he has to play in the middle. Do you get Bernardo? I remember Bernardo played a few years ago in this game, and he was unbelievable all the way through the game. And I know if he's up for it,
he hates Scousers as well.
He does hate Scousers. Yeah, he hates them. That's his coffee as well in between. Yeah.
There we go. Somebody thinks I'm right. Get in there. That's about right. It's about time.
Yeah, he's not a friend of the dippers, is he? Let's be honest.
No, but we love that. We love that about him.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to go Jesus up top, Sterling and Torres, same as you. But I think with Emily, I'm hoping he goes Sterling on the right, Torres on the left. I don't want to see this inverted stuff anymore. It doesn't work. You look at Sterling every time he goes down that left-hand side. he has to stop to the byline, get it back to his right foot again. So every single defender knows exactly what he's going to do because he hasn't, and he can't shoot. How many times has he been through on goal? And if he had a left foot, just fire it across the goalie.
Yeah.
So I just need to stop doing it. We need to go back to right on right, left on left. I get why Pep does it. I think he did it a little bit to fit Mahrez in a bit as well, because we all know Mahrez likes to come in and cut in on his left and bend it in. And I think playing Mahrez on the right helped him do that. So obviously then Sterling had to drop off to the left. But we're saying Mahrez isn't going to play tomorrow, so put him back. Sterling to the right.
It won't surprise me if he plays him, you know.
I know. Alan, I was just about to say that. Pep being Pep.
It would not surprise me if he plays him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm getting nervous.
Hey?
Now I wasn't nervous. Now I'm getting nervous.
Don't be nervous. No, honest. I think we'll be all right. I do. And I don't really say that because normally we're not. When I say we're all right, we're not. But I do. I've got like good gut feeling. Good.
Right. Good. So now we've done that. Yes, Joe Gomez, we do watch-alongs. We will have one tomorrow as well. Score predictions. Tom.
It's one of them. As time's gone on through this, I've started to realise that they've actually still got some good players playing.
When you start Trent and Robertson, and
and then I remember that they have Jota.
Yeah,
who's scored an hat-trick in every game he's played.
Nino, Mane, all these crap players up front in League One.
Yeah, they are out there. I think it'll be a tight game. I think 3-2 City. I think it'll be a close one. I think. Do you want goal scorers, or we're just going to stick to the score?
Give me goal
the detail.
Right, no worries. Right, so we've got Gabby.
I want the minutes and the seconds, and I want the goal celebrations.
No, you're going to write it down as well. I put a bet on it. There'll be some betting app out there that'll probably give me a decent odds for that. I reckon it'll be Jesus, Torres, and Cancelo will score.
In what order?
Huh?
In what?
And for Liverpool, Jota brace.
And Jota brace, you're going 3. Oh, I don't think I could take that on the watch along. Don't think I could take that. Emily.
Clean sheet, Jota. Clean sheet, Jota.
What's the way we're all ignoring Mane and Salah?
3-1. 3-1. 3-1.
We're all going Jota. Who's Salah?
I know.
They're crap. Let's leave them out of it.
Well, they were crap last year when they didn't score again.
Martin, no, we're just looking at form. That's all. Like current form of like players at the moment. That's all.
Exactly. That's why Joao
you can't not think about that.
At what point in the game will Salah throw himself to the floor and VAR give Liverpool a penalty?
3.
The third minute.
Third minute.
VAR, I guarantee you VAR will come into it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I agree. You watch.
It better not, because you will see full-blown pissed off Martin.
It'll be brilliant.
Laptop going out the window.
The live has ended.
So what? We look at a blank screen. The live has gone.
You'll have Joe Biden in the VAR station doing some cheating, but there we go.
Oh, shut up, you bitter so-and-so.
Shut up. I'm not having that.
Get back in your box and go back to your
You're fired.
Go back.
You're fired.
Celebrities don't make good presidents. Go and have a drink of bleach and get rid of your coronavirus. Anyway. Then Alan.
2-1 City. I think it'd be a very tight game, to be honest with you. Very tight. 2-1 City will go home win.
City will win in 98. He's coming out, Andy. Don't you? Right, I'm going 5-0. I don't care. 5-0. Torres 2. 8-2.
Joao.
Who?
Joao, get the last one. Get the last one.
What?
Oh, the best left back we've got at the club. Sorry, yeah. Joao Cancelo, you know who he is. Oh, funny.
How much is he paying you?
I've had enough for that. One. No, I'm only joking.
Honestly, Joe this, Joe that.
He does love it. Hey, well, mate,
I can't wait till Bendy Mendy turns back up and he's fit again. He'll be straight back in the team. We know he will.
For 50 minutes, and then he'll be out again, like he has been for the past 4 years.
Right now, 2 for Jesus, 2 for Torres, and I'm going 1 for Sterling. That's what I think. And I really hope it happens, and I really hope, but I think I'm speaking with my heart more than I'm speaking with my head right now. But, you know, I can't take 3-2. 3-2, my heart won't take that. Sorry. It's got to be one or the other. But we'll see. But while I've got the three of you on, last question before we wrap this up. Regardless of tomorrow's game, will City win the league with what you've seen so far? I am putting you on the spot. Alan, now you're next to me in the top spot.
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
It's coming on with our ribbons on it.
I hope so. Yeah, but this season so far is so unpredictable in that regard. If we can continue the consistency with all the games coming, if we can carry on just getting through the games, just chalking up the points, then there's no reason why not. Everything seems to have settled down after the pretty manic start and the weirdness of the Leicester game. So yeah, why not? Let's have a bit of optimism, you know, because there was quite a lot of alarming amount of people saying Pep out, and I hadn't actually ever seen that amount of people calling for Pep's head. And I think it's a case of you don't know what you've got until it's gone, because if he actually went, there'd be a bit of a shock and a reality check. So yeah, I think why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's just get the consistency though.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I tell you something, it's going to be an absolute barnstormer of a game, I'm hoping. You know, knowing our luck, it's going to be boring, 0-0. No one will do anything.
That's what it'll be, won't it?
Right, let's get into some of your last few comments before we let's have a look. Joe Gomez, I think he's a Liverpool fan. Liverpool 4, it's not the real Joe Gomez. Liverpool 4, Man City 3. Our main competitor is against the ref and VAR.
Yeah.
Alec Johnson, who's the ref? Who is the ref tomorrow? I actually don't know that.
I'll have a look. I think I've saw it earlier.
Oh, I saw it before. I can't remember.
I saw it, and now it's gone. I'm trying to think who it was.
I don't think it was one that offended me that much, though, because I would have remembered if it was.
Craig Pawson. Pawson.
I don't think he's done anything bad.
No. I don't know who's on. Oh, it's Tierney's on VAR. Paul Tierney. Oh, that's all right. He's all right.
Right, so Mark Oliver's nowhere near this game.
No. Thank God for that.
There's a few confident Liverpool fans here, though, aren't there?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say anything earlier on, but can I just say a big thank you to Chris Baker, who has spent the first 45 minutes of the stream blocking loads of people.
Yeah.
So a big thank you to Chris, one of our presenters and mods on this channel. Thank you very much, But yeah, tomorrow, come and join us for the watch along. 4:15, I will be live on air for something that I'm really hoping goes well, because if it doesn't, you're going to see angry me for 2 or 3 hours. You don't want to see that. And then we will do a post-game review. Win, lose or draw, we will be back. And I can assure you, It's probably going to be a lively one. Because we're either going to, I can promise you now, we'll get inundated at some point, win, lose, or draw. So it's going to be fun. But I want to say a big thank you to Alan for getting up early.
No worries, boys. Yes.
Tom, nice to have you back, mate. And I know we've got you for the next 4 weeks, haven't we?
You have indeed, yeah. I've got no work, so yeah. So you've got me for as long as you need. So the joie agenda is going to be 4 weeks straight.
No, these youngsters,
Vamos.
Not half lazy.
You what?
Not half lazy, these youngsters.
No, right. I'm still going college. Still have to go there.
Emily, thank you for coming on. You have been superb. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, because I've not done it for ages, and I'm like, I'm always messaging Martin saying, not forgot you. I'm dying to come back on, and please, let me on. And so thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, and we won't leave it as long next time, guys. I promise.
I know, no, we won't. And it's lovely to be on with Alan as well, because we spoke a bit on Twitter, so it's really nice to be on with him as well. And Tom, obviously. I mean,
Good.
We'll chat during the game.
You know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, we'll chat during the game on Twitter, Emily. Don't worry.
Yes, we must.
Right, we'll be chatting during the game. I'll be 3:30 in the morning.
Just while Emily and Alan, discuss what they're going to do tomorrow on Twitter, I thought you two finished. That's why you wore that paisley shirt tonight, isn't it?
Oh, because it is. Well, very nice. Emily's on. You know what I mean?
Give over.
You know what I mean, mate? All right.
Say hello to the fella downstairs.
Guys, thank you. Joe Gomez says, come on, your heads. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good.
I just want to say one thing before we go, right? That Chris has been having to block him. I think that's pathetic, because it's not like I would spend my Saturday night going on Liverpool fan TV and slating him. But no, because I do a lot of stuff with the Anfield Wrap, and I have a great relationship with them as well. And they're all proper sound guys and girls. They're really, really good. And I just think that is so unnecessary. I get it, because I mean there are a majority of the fan base that are like that, but I think it's really, really pathetic. It's a Saturday night. Go and have a beer and enjoy yourself. I know it's lockdown, but find something else to do. Seriously, it is daft, isn't it?
And I'll be speaking to two scousers during the game with two good mates of mine. Simon Nesri and Marcus Nesri, his son. So they'll be giving me stick during the game and vice versa. So I
get that. But to spend your Saturday night griefing the opposition fan channel,
well,
get a life.
That's what Alan does, really. Alan's always on Liverpool. He loves it.
Fan channels.
I go on and rip into them big time.
He has about 20. He has about 25 YouTube accounts just so he can keep molesting.
So I've got one of my best mates in Chilwell, right? All his mates are obviously Scousers. I went to his wedding a few years ago when they came over, and I got ripped to shreds when I stood up to have a chat with everybody, because they know I'm a Manchester and a City fan, and they're all Liverpool fans. So I get hammered on Facebook. I get hammered by them. So it's good to me. It's just good banter. I'm just trying to wind them up, but some of them take it very, very seriously. They don't.
But it's not. I don't get it, because they're not our rivals. The only rivals we have are United, in my opinion, and that's what I grew up with. I grew up with a rivalry with United. This Liverpool faux rivalry, it doesn't exist. So stop trying to force it. Our rivals are United. End of. Always have been. Always will be.
Good to see Emily and Tom back on. How do we get rid of Skippy though?
Just because he can't have a shirt like you.
In about 5 minutes.
That's optimistic.
Yeah, Emily's spot on, but listen, thank you for giving us the view. Thank you for taking out your time to go and watch a Man City fan channel. It's really appreciated, your support of the channel, because that's what you don't all realise what you're doing is you're supporting our channel doing what you're doing. So thank you very much. It's really appreciated. And one day you'll realize that when you go onto these other YouTube channels that you're actually supporting them when you go on and support and watch them. Hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that subscribe, and also hit the like button, especially for these three hooligans that have joined me this evening. For anyone. Yeah.
Hooligans.
Born a Blue, enjoy the live stream. Yeah, right, guys. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you for all coming on. 4:15 tomorrow, Manchester City against Liverpool. Watch along. Come and join us, and then we'll do a post-match reaction as well. But yeah, it's going to be a cracker. And let's beat Liverpool once and for all. And let's get this title challenge back underway. Have a great, great evening. Thank you to the guests. Enjoy. And as always, up the Blues. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, guys.
Bye.